Hi everyone, welcome to Leaf Rants. The Leafs lose, snapping their 7-game winning streak, and they lose 6-2 against the Las Vegas Golden Knights. And blah, it's they didn't necessarily play bad, but just defensive breakdowns. Vegas takes complete control. When the Leafs broke down, they took advantage of them, and that's kind of just what you expect from the former Stanley Cup champs. Vegas also came in after the Leafs beat them 7-3 during their win streak, and decided to beat the Leafs by 4. Now, I didn't make videos for the Vegas game or the Colorado game because I was really sick and it was hard to talk. And the Colorado game, I was at the hospital for my throat and stuff, but I'm feeling a lot better now, and we're back. So yeah, but I did want to say thank you for all the love on the last video. Means so much to me that you guys seem to be enjoying these videos. Or if this is your first one, then thanks for joining me. If you've been here all along, well, thanks. And if you tune in sometimes just when the Leafs lose, then, well, you're sick. But thanks for being here. First period was kind of boring. Not a lot happened. Back and forth chances for each team. Not really too much to say there. Moving on to the second. Barbashev scores. The D looks great. I love 6 left-handed defensemen because Liljegren is also out and injured. I love the Brody-Riley pairing because TJ Brody was so bad on the right that they kept him on the left and put Morgan Riley on the right. That pairing's done for the season. Keefe, it's done for the season. Bury it. Bury it. You got to find Riley as partner. Because that's the first goal they were out there for. I think they got broken up in the third, which is crazy. Then, like 3 minutes later, Vegas scores again, a tip in. And guess who the D pairing is? Brody Riley. Ooh. Now I was always like, well, why does it matter? Why does it really matter? Why should it make someone's value go up if you're a right-handed defenseman? Like, the Leafs need a right-handed defenseman to play beside Riley, but do you really, or could you just get a lower value, like Zadorov type of player, right? No, you need a right-handed defenseman beside Morgan Riley. Watching Morgan Riley play the right, it was brutal to me, to be honest. Just because he's like an offensive defenseman, so he's so used to going forehand. So he just kind of, it didn't look natural. It looked really weird. And you got to put him on the left. And then, just like, that's just how it is for all lefties, I kind of noticed. When they're playing their offside. It's like, oh, okay. Let's switch this up then. Let's get a right-handed defenseman in here. Let's get Adam Larson. That's who I want. That's who I hope they acquire. I don't really care what he costs. Bring him in here. Yeah. Then, 5 minutes later, Tyler Burdaddy strikes again. 4th goal in 2 games. I'm like, what? This guy's crazy. He's so good now. And it's so weird because he was so bad to start the season. He was bad. He was bad. You can admit it. He's big, bad Bertuzzi. But instead of big, he was just bad. Now he seems to be playing a lot better. And Domi's looked better. He gets an assist. No, he doesn't. Never mind. He doesn't get an assist here. Nylander does with Jake McCabe. Huh. It's 2-1 at this point. Then William Karlsson off a turnover from Tavares in the defensive zone. Riley and Brody. Riley They don't really cover anyone. Matthews is out there as well as Marner. And just you're not really expecting a turnover there from John. He's not really expecting it. Needs more help there. It's 3-1. Second period's over. And then the Leafs take a penalty. They take a penalty. And they kill it off. And the penalty kill was actually pretty good tonight. I don't know what they went, but they looked good. But then in the third period, Jonathan Marchessault scores from William Karlsson. So they just switch it around this time. And it's like, yay. I love when my team's down 4-1. Rishot beat Sammy. And Sammy looked really good, okay? Like, he made some big quality saves. I don't put this on him at all. The D was not good. They made mistakes, and that's where Vegas capitalized on. Then Ryan Reeves. This was crazy. Ryan Reeves, with just over 5 minutes left in the third period of a game for the Leafs, where they're down 4-1 against the former Cup champs, makes, in 2024, by the way, makes a great defensive play to get it out to Pontus Holmberg. And then Ryan Reeves beats a Vegas defender. I forget who it is, who the defender was. He beats a Vegas defender in a foot race by a landslide and taps it in. He taps it in, and it's 4-2. And he has his third of the year. And that's when you gain a bit of hope. Because if Ryan Reeves just did that to the Vegas Golden Knights, what the hell are you going to go out there and do right now? What is Austin Matthews going to go do? And apparently not too much, because they didn't score. But they were out there gaining momentum. There was a penalty on Mitch Marner that wasn't really a penalty. And Sheldon Keefe was mad about it. And then the ref gave him a stop, and Sheldon Keefe didn't stop. And everything seemed to be fine. And then Sheldon Keefe said, like, very calmly, like, you missed one there from watching the replay, okay? And he gets ejected for it. And he was calm on his way out. He wasn't cursing, swearing when he was leaving. He was actually pretty respectful about it. So, good for Keefe there. And that's really good because we're playoff bound. And you got to be building these relationships with the refs right now. Even if you don't like them. Even if they make the wrong call and they send your guy to the box and you lose a game against Vegas where you can use these 2 points to move your way up the standings, get home ice advantage. It's the way it is, right? I don't know. You can't be screwing yourself for the playoffs because that's what matters. Ultimately, these games, they matter because you have to make the playoffs. But other than that, which that's actually a big part, but I don't know. Once you get the little X beside your name, these games don't matter anymore. Like, most of these games really don't matter. This game, it doesn't matter to the other 81 games because that's 162 points that you can still go get. That you can have an 81-1-0 record, and this game wouldn't matter at all because you have the best record in NHL history. That's what I'm trying to say. But I guess you could say that about playoff games too, right? Oh, you can lose 3, but as long as you win the cup, yeah, I guess. But you know what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, follow me. These games don't matter as much as playoff games. Because playoffs, that's everything. So don't screw yourself there in the regular season. And, I don't know. Obviously, refs don't really like Keefe that much, so that's not really good for us. Oh, yeah. Then Pietrangelo. I didn't think he's the one who scored it. I thought it was Marchessault. Okay, whatever. Petrangelo gets the empty netter from his own zone. After Mitch Marner made a hell of a save, doing his best Joseph Wall impression. He's back, by the way. I don't know if he'll play against like Arizona. Maybe. But he's back. Looked really good with the Marlies. Leafs called him up. So now they're carrying 3 goalies, and Matt Murray is making some comeback talks, which would be interesting, which would mean I don't know if the Leafs really care that much about losing Martin Jones on waivers if they know Murray's going to be back. Because Matt Murray is your 3rd stringer. Well, yeah, I mean, that's not that bad. And then, with like 30 seconds left, Nicholas Waugh scores. Like, screw you, bud. Whatever. Like, of course you had to score it. The shots at the end were 32-30 for Vegas. Okay. So let's see here. Matthews had the most time on ice out of forwards. Least was Reeves, then Robertson. Nyes didn't have a lot. Tavares, his is getting cut down a lot too, because of where he plays in the lineup. Riley, Brody, both -4s tonight. Like, Samsonov's numbers are bad, but man, he was pretty good. Made big saves when he needed them to. But whatever. That's it for this video. I have nothing else to say. I've been a little bit lost for words all game because it's really hard. I don't want to be too mean and come at them after they were on a 7-game winning streak, but they did just lose 6-2. So maybe get a defenseman. You'll be fine. Anyways, that's it. Thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. If you leave it a like, well, thanks. That's awesome. If you really liked it and you decide to click subscribe, thanks. That really helps me out. Makes me feel better. Gives me a bit more motivation to make these after every game when I'm sick and not feeling well. Like, yeah. They're playoff bound. And I'm really excited. They're 7-1-0 since the Ridley Gregg incident. Give them a bit of a break, please.